Okay, and there's the leaf that I harvested. Basically, the plant knows that I really appreciate what it yields. Such an awesome plant. Fantastic for skin conditions and muscle pain. Instant relief there. And my favourite of all is the one that I make up for sinuses and eardrops. It's 50-50 ratio of the hard inner gel of the leaf and 50% water. Blended in a cup with a little cup blender. And then put in a dropper bottle and you're good to go. Okay, here's more than enough ingredients for a really nice aloe smoothie. We've got the freshly cut leaf there with the yellow sap. Ironically, that sap within a day will be total opposite colour as in a real maroon colour. I've got some cloves there, just something I'm just throwing in. It's a great stomach disinfectant, helps with stomach bugs and prostate and stuff like that. Bit of ginger, for everybody likes ginger in a drink, and a bit of affordable honey, a couple of tablespoons of that, and then a bit of spring water in the blender. You see I've got that blender about half full, and so by the time I put the leaf in there all chopped up, it will be just about up to full, and then I will dilute everything by half. To fillet the leaf, I have the leaf with the top part uppermost, which is also the flatter part of the leaf, because it's kind of more sort of semicircle underneath. So I just take that, put the knife straight underneath this flat surface here and skin that off, and then it's easier then to put your hand over the top of the fillet and squash it down, so you're sort of just taking the gel from a flat underside. There's a bit of an art to filleting the leaf. You've got to, as you're cutting, you've got to kind of watch in front of the knife and try and make sure it's both parts of the knife are on an edge of the leaf, and at the same time you're kind of trying to have the knife directly underneath the rind, so that the leaf on the right here has hardly any meat on it, just some sap, and this is the one that we're going to take our fillet off. And so a few minutes later we have our fillet, and we also got a second fillet off the top piece that I was trying to skin really clean, but I left a bit of meat on it, so I cut that off as well. And now we're ready to put this in the blender, as well as maybe cutting a little piece about this big here off for some sinus and eardrops. Okay, I washed the fillets just for a minute or so, put them in the blender, turned it on for about 2 minutes, and there you can see it's very frothy at the top. And I'm just going to do a little taste test now, just to get a feel of how it tastes like. Usually once the sap's been washed off the fillets, the taste isn't that strong. I just like to get an idea of how intense the aloe is, so as I know how much to water it down. But I'll probably just water this amount down by equal parts water again. And after I've done the taste test, I'll add the double dose honey, double dose cloves, and double dose ginger. Okay, the taste test with the aloe and water ratio went fine, and so now I'm just going to put this big blob of honey, this sliced ginger, and these raw cloves just as they are, straight into a brew that will probably make the equivalent of 3 to 4 litres of aloe with the honey and the ginger and that amount of cloves. Okay, the brew worked out great. Here's a glass, and I'd only suggest always just taking a shot of about a quarter to a third at first till you get used to it, but this really agrees to me. Got an instant burst of energy, and so did 2 other people I just gave it to. It's the remnants in the jug there. And I didn't need to put that many cloves in, and I've left the remnant cloves that were left in the blender there. So next time only half the amount of cloves, but it's still got a really good, strong, but not overly strong cloves flavour to it. Now going back to the little piece that we cut off, the sinus drops and ear drops, fantastic remedy for ear infections. Drip it down to the inner ear.
So this little piece of aloe here, I'm going to add equivalent amount of water to. And so there maybe you can see I've added about 3/4 centimetre of spring water to the cup. In goes the old handheld blender. And that's all pretty foamy after it's been blended, but now it's ready to go into the sterilised dropper bottle that's been boiled up in this bowl and soaking in boiling water. And you've got probably the best ear and sinus drops in the country. And finally, after the whole process is over, this is all we've got left. 2 very dry aloe vera leaves. I had a shower after I'd done my cleaning up here, just to open up the pores in my body, and scraped out every last bit of gel with my thumbnails and just smeared it all over my torso, front and back and head and face. So got my money's worth out of that leaf.